Very, very good mood today.
Good to see you. You got all the noor on your face. You've been to a shatam, eh?
Yeah,
looking really nice. Mashallah, mashallah. Hopefully, he'll be joining with Image later. He's on his way, and that will be exciting, no doubt. Salam to all our Inspire FM viewers, listeners on 105.1. Almost forgot there, 106.2 on Salaam Radio. So, let's get cracking on.
Let's get cracking. What are we talking about?
We're talking about all sorts of. There's been all sorts of things happening. I mean, shocks. There've been racism. We're probably weren't expecting. There's been all sorts of things happening. The tennis, snooker. You tell me where you want to start. Arif. You run the show.
I think we'll go to start off on
because I ran the football show. You run this show.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about football today, by the way. I think we should spend a bit more time on other sports.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit of golf.
Golf? No, it's not happening at the moment.
Yeah, there is cricket. Golf's happening.
Cricket, England. Let's start about England first.
Yeah, let's start with England.
What happened? I can tell you the scores. It was they lost by 381 runs. I don't know if you saw any of the game.
I saw quite a bit of the game. I actually tuned in.
Tell me, what on earth happened?
Well, first of all, let's talk about our Muslim brother who's playing in that team.
Yeah. Was there one or two of them playing?
I think
Rashid
was playing as well.
Yeah, so two.
But Moin got a duck,
first
two
ball.
pair, didn't he?
Oh, did he get a pair?
He got a pair.
Oh my days! Well, the first one I believe was on the very first ball, wasn't it?
Very first ball. I'm not sure.
We used to call it golden duck. We used to believe it or not.
Yeah,
but
performance was really, really poor from England. I think they went with an extra slow bowler, didn't they? And when they should have gone for a little bit more pace, I think Broad was dropped, wasn't he?
Yeah, but we say that, but wasn't it the batting that let them down?
But I think it was the batting that let them down. But I think they should have played an extra fast bowler, especially on the pitch. That it didn't affect West Indies, did it? Really? I mean, they got over 400 in their second innings.
Exactly. So I'm just thinking. Well, okay, fine. So we're saying they got their 400. So England weren't strong bowling.
I think England got onto the pitch, assumed that they were going to win it very easily. West Indies, they called them out as being an average team. Boycott said a few not nice words about West Indies prior to the game.
Really?
And I think it was
not like Boycott.
Anderson. I think where he said it was they're an average side. He didn't go into
I don't think. Yeah, maybe in the contents I've not heard it or anything. But I assume what he's trying to say, backing him up without even listening to him. But West Indies is not as strong as they used to be.
Not as strong as they used to be.
Curtly Ambrose days and all those, Marshall. They were a formidable team.
Absolutely.
But nowadays, if you're expected to beat West Indies, we respect to them. I don't want to diss them too much, but like West Indies, Sri Lanka, they're the sort of teams you think, we win. Now, but before, West Indies was like, were up there.
They used to be the best team in the world, didn't they? With the fast bowlers and Viv Richards and
So, do you think England took it? Like you said,
I think England took it very, very easily.
No preparation, I believe.
No preparation. They didn't even have a warm-up game, did they? They should have had a warm-up game. But you'd expect.
There's no excuses to get out for 77. First inning, 77 all out.
Shocking.
It's embarrassing.
It is, but that's England for you at the moment.
So that's their first test. So we're hoping that they'll bounce back in the second test. I'm not sure.
I hope. West Indies give them actually a good game in the second. Give England a good match in the second game. It'd be nice to see, rather than both teams, being one-sided.
You don't want a game to be one-sided, especially I suppose with neutrals. I mean, obviously we'll be back in England as much as we can, but it was a bit embarrassing to do that. I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. We've got the strongest bat inside England probably ever had,
which is even more difficult to understand the result, isn't it?
Yeah.
Considering,
and I know they didn't have the preparation, but there's no excuse to go. So even if preparation first game, you get a couple of hundred. You think with the players
and
that
they didn't really believe in. Is it Holding? Is it Holding who got the 200? Their captain.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
and they, I think it was Jimmy Anderson who I can't remember who said that he couldn't believe he had actually got a 200, against England. So the West Indies media and the West Indies fans didn't like what England said. But look, preparation is everything. I think in every game you got to be mentally, physically, and you've got to be prepared. You got to understand the game, that you're going to play. But England, unfortunately, they had no idea.
Do you reckon England, because all these comments now coming out, do you reckon England, how do I say this, are becoming a bit like Australia with their comments? They're a bit too cocky, a bit too disrespectful to the other team,
I think they're a long way away from trying to be as good as the Australians were.
You know, it's just the way they put down the other side.
And, well, it was shocking what they said about West Indies and, you know, how average they thought West Indies were. So you have to give your opposition a little bit of respect, don't you?
Yeah, and even if you think you're going to win, you don't really go out there and say, we're going to smash these lot. They're nothing or anything like that, do you? You know. Okay, still on cricket. This was a bit of a surprise to me. Sarfraz. We'll talk about him first before the results.
Yeah, it was very disappointing, wasn't it?
It was, because considering, you know, when the shoe's on the other foot, like how much race abuse we feel like we receive.
Yeah.
And for him to say that comment and got caught on obviously the mic
on
cam.
the mic, yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Well, it's very disappointing. I think he's been dropped, hasn't he?
He's not dropped. He's been banned for 4 games.
He's been banned for 4 games.
So that's, I believe, his tour over, because they've got the one more one-day match, and I believe it's 2 T20s with South Africa.
Sports does not have any place for racism, any form of racism.
Absolutely not.
And,
I mean,
you know, it's shocking, actually, coming from somebody like Sarfraz, who's been the captain. He's been a very good
leader,
captain of the team,
example setter.
You'd expect him, you know, to refrain from anything like that. That was very low.
Well, I'm going to try to be a bit of devil's advocate. Is it? I mean, and there's no excuse for what he said, but
you're always being the devil's advocate, aren't you?
Is it because the lack of maybe education, the lack of mixing in the culture? Because obviously from Pakistan, they don't obviously get out that much. They play their games at Dubai. I know they play at other countries, but maybe the interaction is not as much, and he doesn't fully understand what he probably said. He's probably thinking it's a casual conversation.
Are you trying to justify what he's trying to say?
I said the very first thing I said, there's no justification for this.
Okay.
And it's the same time, I mean, you know, to try and link it with our own personal things, especially with FC Peterborough and the issues that we've had, we always think maybe because when we go to play out further out of Peterborough, out times where there's not as many Asians and they don't interact as much, that we feel maybe that's where they, you know, find it difficult, and all they see is what they see in the media, and they get a perspective of Asians or Muslims in particular from the media. So with Sarfraz, that's what I'm saying, because he doesn't have that much education, or not just Sarfraz, just Pakistan in general, and probably think, oh, this is a casual conversation we normally have. We don't see an issue with it.
I think it was very casual. I think it's definitely a lack of education.
Yeah.
You know, I think Pakistan team, you know, need to understand racism is on both sides. You know, you can't cry racism and expect anything to be done when your own players are being shown to be racist as well. So it's definitely education. Whether he's racist or not, it's another comment.
Well, you know,
it's a little bit like, how should we say? I mean, I'm not defending Suarez, but Suarez used the word, similar sort of word, didn't he? In terms of
the United game of Evra
against Evra.
No, but he used the N word, didn't he?
Yeah, I can't remember now.
He allegedly. Well, can we say allegedly?
But he said it in his own language.
In his own language, yes, he said it in his own language. But Evra obviously understood it. In this situation, again, Sarfraz said it in Urdu, and he didn't understand it, the player, obviously, and he was probably just making. That's what I mean. That's what from Sarfraz mentally, he's probably thinking, oh, you know, I'm just saying this thing. He goes, you know, what's going on here, and said the wrong word, and didn't really realise what he's saying is wrong.
Yeah, I think definitely need a bit more education. Pakistan. You can't be saying stuff like this, whether he's racist or not. That's another argument altogether. I personally don't think he's racist. No. I think he said it out of context, and he shouldn't have said it, and he's going to get punished for it. So
he's got the 4-match ban. I don't know if the Pakistan internally are going to punish him separately, or fine him, or do anything like that. But okay, let's talk about the actual cricket, the results. That actually happened in the second one day. The third one day, Pakistan lost on the Douglas.
Which was a bit unlucky, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, they got 317, which is a very good score.
Excellent score.
The South African, attack, they actually opened with de Kock. De Kock was looking very good while he was out there until he got run out.
De Kock.
Yeah, de Kock, the opener, and as soon as he got run out, de Kock was in. Yeah. He was back in the pavilion, and it looked like Pakistan could bring it back and win. But the weather didn't help us.
No, it didn't. So that, I don't know, that could have gone either way, couldn't it, at the end? I think Pakistan probably looking at today's game.
Yes,
they could have.
One over could have changed everything, isn't
absolutely.
it? Absolutely. And the Pakistan are capable of that because, again, like you said, today's game. So that made, was it 2-1 to South Africa?
Yeah, that made 2-1.
Then today was the fourth one day. Again, I don't know. I mean, I think the main players are Amla and De Kock went out for 0 today.
Yeah, it did.
And they all got skittled out for, I believe, 164.
64, yeah.
Yeah. And it was against, they were at one stage 110 or 12 for 2. You know, no difference from the
100. I mean, I left it at 112. I think they were about 120 for 2, and that was off 24 overs. And I was looking at them, the South Africans getting a minimum of 250. I thought 260 they'd get 260.
Well, we got just message just from Asif Rahman. He says he's just returned from the Wanderers Stadium, so he's obviously there watching it. Great win by Pakistan. So it was a good win. I mean, there was that obviously looming the racism thing from Sarfraz. He's not playing. I believe Shoaib was captain. Not Shoaib. Yeah, is it Shoaib Malik? Isn't it? Yeah, he's captain. So it was. I mean, again, it surprises me. And we say this all the time, the inconsistency, it could so easily be Pakistan 160 all out, you know. Yeah. And they seem to bat sensibly. They took their time getting the scores. I was talking
to somebody the other day about Pakistan cricket team. In international cricket in these days, a lot of teams, you know, the Aussies, the South Africans, the English, they've all got 3 different teams. I think Pakistan still haven't managed to pull out 3 different teams.
No, yeah, like 3 different captains, don't they? Yeah, but where Sarfraz is doing the test, the T20s, but would you say he's not good enough to play for all 3? I mean,
he may be good enough to play for all 3, but there are changes. You know, if your mindset is 2020 cricket, you're going to go out there and blast the ball, and you're going to, you know, mentally you're going to be different.
Yeah.
Test cricket is totally different. You know, Test cricket is the be and all of any.
The holy grail, as they say.
The holy grail of any form of cricket. So Pakistan still got a lot of work to do. I mean, wouldn't it be so nice just to have some consistency in the Pakistan team where they could go maybe 18 months with you know, giving everybody a good game. You know, with it winning, it might be a separate issue altogether, but competing
like they did in England.
Yeah, like they did in England. I'd love to hear from Asif Rahman. Yep. Find out about you know, what he did in the tour of Pakistan in the Wanderers.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Give his perspective, how he felt. I don't know if you saw the other matches. The only consistency we're getting from Pakistan is the inconsistency. So that's not going to change.
That's Pakistan for you. That hasn't changed in 30, 40 years of following Pakistan cricket team. And I don't think it's going to change very soon either, is it? But it's insane.
But that's why we love them so much as well, isn't it? Because we don't know what we're going to get from them, and at the same time, then we get so disappointed when we get a bad result. But yet we know that can be happening anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know, we go in there with the mindset that we can win any match, any tournament. Pakistan are going to be up there. One game can turn them, and then you get the travesty when they don't do the justice, and you know, it all goes wrong for them.
Yeah.
You know, but we're used to that with Pakistan. But in saying that, I thought they were very, very professional today. I think, you know, I watched the.
Did you watch it?
I started watching the you know, half an hour in the morning because I had to.
South African's innings.
I had to take your son to football today, didn't I?
Yeah, I was busy painting.
Painting, yeah. You said you were busy going out somewhere. You know.
Yeah, I was going out. It's not my house. Yeah, I was going out to paint.
Okay. But just saying, you know, they was very, very professional today. I mean, you know, you had some really good performances in there. You know, you had the bowlers who skilled them out. Yeah. Very, very, you know, good performance.
I'll tell you what, they'll have a good night's sleep in the sense, but I'm sure they'll be reliving that victory, because when you have a great performance in any game, and you do something special, you just relive that. I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever come across that.
No, I don't.
It's like Friday night.
No, Friday night. What happened Friday night?
Oh, I will talk that in the football session, but there was a great game on Friday night.
Okay, but we're not talking about football
No,
right
not
now.
at
We're
this
talking
stage,
about cricket.
We'll wait
right
for
now.
Image to come, inshallah. I'm sure.
I don't think he's coming.
He's not going to go. I can't believe, after everything you lot said on Friday, that we'll be here on Sunday.
Well, I'm here, as you can see.
Yeah, but it's still incomplete, and the jigsaw piece is not complete.
So
talking about consistency, Djokovic. How old is he now? Do you know off the top of the head?
31.
31, wow.
Yeah.
31, same age as Murray.
Yeah, he's not had the bad luck as Murray has had when it comes to injuries.
No.
Even though he has been out for.
Is it bad luck, or has he just kept himself fit better, looked after himself better?
I think you need a bit of luck when it comes to injuries as well.
Yep.
Definitely. You can have a niggling injury that can, disrupt your career, or you can be out for 6 months with a broken leg and then come back and be, one of the strongest players to ever played that any format of sports. But Djokovic, he is unbelievable. I mean, going into this tournament, Nadal hadn't lost a set at all in this particular tournament. He had brushed aside everybody, but he felt that he wasn't going to beat Djokovic.
Normally you do have a great match between them two. Before we go on a bit further, Asif Rahman has responded. He says, the pitch surprised everyone. It wasn't a typical Wanderers pitch. It was more on the dry side and helped the spinners to take control from the middle overs. So also a hint of reverse swing from the 30 overs. And we all know Pakistan got enough spinners and reverse swing masterclass. And I suppose that showed when they got those wickets. Was it a couple of wickets in 1 over? I don't know if...
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't watch all the match, so I can't comment on that. Asif Rahman, how do you think it'd be nice to see if you could ring up in the radio show and talk about Pakistan and how you actually got on? Yeah,
01733602133. Anybody else want to call in, comments in on Facebook? Brothers and friends and everyone from Luton, where are you? Come on, missing you all. So yes, Djokovic, you were saying. So it wasn't a great. No, sorry, I was going to say it wasn't a great match. It wasn't a tight match.
It was one-sided.
One-sided.
Yeah.
So what was it at the end? It was 6-3, 6-2, 6-3.
Yeah. It was an exhibition as far as I'm concerned for Djokovic. I think the crowd were against Djokovic. They wanted Nadal to. Yeah, they wanted Nadal to. They didn't want winning. They wanted Nadal to be a little bit closer.
Yeah. But that probably would have happened if it was the other way around. If Nadal was winning, then they would have cheered on Djokovic.
Yeah, but I think Nadal's, because when you see Djokovic play, he's like a machine. When he's on his game, he's one of these guys who, he's got unbelievable mental strength, and, it carries him through games, even tight situations, yeah. But, and that's what he's got. And people, don't, it's a bit like Mourinho, shall we say. Mourinho
carries him through, does he?
Yeah, Mourinho was a little bit, he was regimented the way he plays. He's, he didn't believe in certain styles of football. As far as he was concerned, he wasn't there to make the crowd happy. As long as he got the result, that was the most important thing. That's a little bit like Djokovic. Nadal is, one of your special players. He plays his shots, and Djokovic, he's just like a machine. He does not stop, Do you
reckon Nadal mentally was lost before the game started?
Yeah, definitely. Really? I think that's what everybody's saying. They could not. They thought that Nadal just couldn't win. He wasn't going to win that game.
So you think maybe that showed in his way he played?
Yeah, it definitely showed in his game. I
no
think,
confidence.
I think when you get to the final, you've got to put up a performance, don't you?
His run to the final was very good.
That's it. His run to the final, he hadn't lost a set, and he was coming back in the last couple of tournaments. He's achieving back to where he was 2-3 years ago. He's come through a lot of injuries. If you're talking about Murray's had injuries,
yes,
Nadal's been, on a stretcher more times than Murray's probably had hot food.
Well, that's what I mean. So, and I still agree to a certain extent it's a bit about luck, but then you have players or athletes that look after themselves. Ronaldo, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a perfect specimen.
Well, you got Ronaldo. You just need to look at the Swiss Federer.
Federer,
I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's what is he? 36, 37 now. You know,
Play for the vets.
and that in tennis terms is an equivalent to somebody as a footballer being in his mid-40s. You know, that's the difference. See, this
It's like us.
It's like us. We're not professionals. We don't get paid.
I felt like
We
a professional
pay.
on Friday.
We'll go on to what happened on Friday later on. Yeah.
Okay,
I know you're jumping on bits.
That's the point. Image is not here.
Don't worry. You'll get your moment of glory to that. Relax. It's
I was
gonna happen.
expecting when everyone from the vets to also, you know, comment on their Facebook what a great game it was on Friday. I'm just waiting for it to all kick off.
I thought it was alright. I thought, you know, I think the hard work was already done. You know, the performance.
I believe it was 1-1 when I came on the pitch.
Performance.
No, it was 1-1 when I came on the
certain
pitch.
people put in
was-
before we got there.
It was 1-1 when I came on the
Made
pitch.
it easy for you.
It was 1-1.
Yeah.
The thing that is what is great about a great player, right? Djokovic made it look easy. I made it look easy.
Nobody
Ronaldo
knows what we're
makes it look
talking
easy.
about. We'll talk
Messi
about
makes it look easy. No, but just generally, when you
Yeah.
say, you know, it's easy for you, you know,
Yeah.
great players make it look easy. That's a talent.
That's a talent.
Inshallah,
Yeah,
I know you're in your mid-40s, but inshallah, you will one
I
day
will
make
get
it look
there. Is that what you're trying to say? Okay.
Did you watch snooker?
I didn't watch any snooker whatsoever.
So the Masters, it was
No.
when we were speaking last week. I believe it was on. Was it the next day? It was Trump or Sunday? I think it was.
Yeah.
Trump
beat.
versus,
Yeah, it was quite
O'Sullivan.
comfortable victory at the end, wasn't it?
10-4. Yeah, I was surprised because again, similar to Nadal, O'Sullivan was having a great run. Up to the final,
I
he
think
was
with
playing superb.
O'Sullivan, it's whether he's up for it on the day.
Yeah,
because
innit?
we
What side of the bed he gets
Yeah,
out in the morning?
absolutely. And how he feels like and what sort of breakfast he's had. I don't know. You know, but with him, you know, it all depends on his mood, doesn't it? You know,
he comes across as that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be very moody. He'll come out there and he'll just, you know, play a few shots and. I think maybe how the first two frames maybe go probably may decide what sort of mood he's in during the game. Where you're saying probably at the start of the game, maybe, or
yeah. I mean, if you're looking at first couple of match frames he plays, if you know, let's just say Trump, for argument's sake, gets 100,
yeah,
and gets 100 in the second, or has a big margin victory in the first. He's not on it then. He just can't be asked. Yeah. He doesn't like battling back, even though.
So he's not really what would you say? Sorry, a fighter then.
So maybe I think I haven't watched him and followed him as closely as I have with other sports.
Yep.
Probably that might be a little bit something to do with it. I think also he finds it so easy. Sometimes he's even said himself that look.
Not challenging enough.
Yeah, he gets bored quite quickly.
Yeah, I heard him say that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And he was saying he can't be asked to go to these tournaments
Yeah,
in
we
China and
touched that
stuff
on
like
last
this.
week. Yeah.
Which you can understand if you're traveling halfway around the world and
yeah, he wanted a different sort of format, some sort of Super League type format with all the top players rather than everyone.
But he is. I think snooker over the years for me. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the standards have dropped.
Really?
Yeah,
You'd say that?
I think back in the day,
Dennis Taylor,
when
Steve
you had
Davis,
Steve Davis,
Higgins,
Henry, White,
Jimmy White. Jimmy White never won anything.
Jimmy White never won anything, but
he
was
got to
always,
so many to finals, but he never won.
He was a bit of a bottler, wasn't he?
Shocking.
All right, I've said it.
You've said it.
I've said it.
So would you? Because we always related back to football, I suppose, because that's our main love. Klopp,
okay.
Klopp always bottles out the front.
Klopp's won tournaments. Klopp's won finals.
Klopp won a final?
Yeah, Klopp's won the league as well. Yeah.
I thought he lost his 6 last finals on a trot.
Look, he's probably has lost his last 6 finals, but he's won the league I think twice with Borussia Dortmund. It's not all about playing good football, but he's hopefully going to win something this year. You'd have to agree with that when you said that.
What, that Liverpool are going to win something this year?
No, Klopp. Let's not talk about Liverpool. Let's talk about Klopp.
Well, you think Klopp's going to leave Liverpool?
No, I didn't say he's going to leave Liverpool.
So he's going to win something this year. It's got to be with Liverpool.
It's going to be with Liverpool. But
so that's what I'm saying.
You see, Liverpool is like the word. It's like a word you don't want to say. You find it hard to. You find it hard to say.
Where it's a bit like never. Was it? What was it? Never walk alone.
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure? Because last time I believe when we asked you that, you said never walk again.
I didn't say that. So that stop making.
If our producer can get that clip out, I want to put that on. If he's got it recorded, where Brother Image asked you what it meant, you said, yeah, never walk again, and you just went, oh no.
No, I didn't say that. Get the recording out. We'll have a look at it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll get him to get the recording out. Right. So we're coming up to the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Second half.
Second half, we'll talk about. I think
the FA Cup.
A little bit disappointing this year.
Tragedy as well in football. That we'll talk about.
We'll talk about that.
And the FA Cup, which is currently going on, which obviously first week we might not even talk about Liverpool.
Yeah, we probably won't be talking about Liverpool for a little while now.
Join us back after the break, and inshallah, me and Arif will join you.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
It does not take much to bring some difference. You give some change, which makes a change, because nothing gets mileage like a charity. Just a little change turns into a chain, and before we know it, the results are massive. So give a little to make a big difference. To give donations, call UKIM on 0207 387 2157.
Need a great place to chill out? Look no further than The Lounge for quality food and drinks at a great price. Try our varied menu: pasta, seafood, burgers, grills, salad, soup, rice and sides. Also hot and cold drinks, milkshakes and mocktails. Leave room for our exquisite desserts. The Lounge, 417 Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call 01733 709 306 to order for delivery. The Lounge, friendly service with a great atmosphere.
दोस्ता की परेशान है
जरा कर है ना सारा सौदा मुक्या वा मुल्का विच पैसे भेजने
हूं नहीं मार फूड वाले की फोन खड़का ते फ्री लोकल डिलीवरी कार मंगवा
आला ता उथे कै स्पेशल आ
उना की लबाई हाइजीन च ग्रेड 5 चीजें चंगियां मियारी ते सस्तियां ते नाले ऑफरां ही ऑफरां
और क्या
ताजा गोश्त ताजी सब्जियां ते फ्रूट आटा चावल दालां मसाले ते जूस सारे बिल जमा करने गैस ते इलेक्ट्रिक ने टॉप अप भी करने पाकिस्तान पैसे बिल्कुल फ्री भेजने मतलब के ही चिड़ी ने दूध छड़ी ते हर शै लबनी
जने ने आप उतरा
Amar Food Store and Halal Meat 613B Lincoln Road Peterborough telephone 01733 687374.
Imagine if you had access to NHS GP services outside of your surgery's normal hours. With the Peterborough GP Hub, you can. Based at the Boroughbury Medical Centre on Craig Street, PE1 2EJ, the GP Hub is run by local surgeries and offers weekend and evening appointments for patients registered with a GP in the greater Peterborough area. Booking an appointment is really easy. Simply call your surgery as normal and ask for an appointment at the GP Hub. Visit greaterpeterborough.gps.nhs.uk for more information.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
My name is Khalid Siddiq.
I'm Saif Adam.
Salaam alaikum, this is Baraka Blue.
Yo, this is your boy Harris J, and make sure you guys stay tuned to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM.
عن أبي محمد عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنهما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يكون هواه تبعا لما جئت به. الله الله الله
If you want to learn about Islam and Muslims, stay tuned to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to the second half of Salaam Sports. Probably the best show on Salaam Radio. There, I've said it.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think the two of us make a good...
Especially that Image, isn't it? Yeah.
Disappointed with Image.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Sadat, this second half is going to be all about you. Forget about it. Yeah.
Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. Sounds like Friday night. Second half's all about you.
Yeah. Okay. Should we start off on that, or should we start off?
No. We'll talk about that, and I'm sure the listeners will all talk about it more if you actually shared it. I can see you lot blocking all these comments and praises about me. Very rare that these things happen.
Okay, let's talk about
Salah. The unfortunate incident of a Cardiff striker. It was a sad incident where now they've called off.
They've called off the search, haven't they? And
I believe there's still searches.
He's Argentinian, isn't he? And I think
is he always the Argentinian?
Yeah,
I know he was playing in the French league.
Yeah.
For Norton. I can't pronounce it now.
Nantes.
Yeah. This is where we miss him. See his pronunciation. And and there was a release of his last message. What a WhatsApp recording
from his agent.
No. He actually recorded while he was on the plane. And made a comment again. I don't know the exact words, but basically he says, "If you don't hear from me next couple of hours, then I'm feeling that I'm going to die because this plane is actually very dangerous." So, it didn't seem like it was a secure aircraft arranged, I think, and I believe by Cardiff.
I think it was arranged by his agent.
His agent.
Yeah,
okay.
His agent booked the flight for him and booked the plane as well. And normally, if he was in London, he would have probably ended up taking the Eurostar. And
of course.
But he was going to Cardiff, wasn't he?
Yes.
So they took a plane, and unfortunately, there's no news on that as of yet, which is really sad.
It's such sad, because obviously he was starting a new life, moving away.
He was looking forward to it as well.
It was
going to be a big move for Cardiff as well.
Yep.
He couldn't wait to actually get there and help them with their relegation fight. And score some goals.
Yeah, they would need for goals then.
So it's sad times for football as well, and you can't really, nobody's really commented on it, and the media's attention's been quite big on the fact that they haven't found the plane or found.
Yeah, there's fundraising going on, isn't it? Because of the official search has gone off, and they need I can't remember what the amount is, but a certain amount of money, and I believe his family have put a fundraiser, because I saw it on the Sky channels. One of the
I think they've arranged of about 200 to 300,000 pounds.
Yeah, so players are donating from the opposition, like the French, not just from his team. Like the other league players have all been donating, and I just pray and hope that they find some answers of what happened. And
it's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's considering he's moving to a new club, he's looking for a new life, and. It's not just shattered the football clubs. I think the families want some answers as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in situations like that, it's difficult to really, to feel how they must be going through things.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I don't think we can put it in words. Like say, they want to know, probably have some sort of closure of what happened.
They definitely want some closure, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like as if they're going to get much closure at the moment. They've not found any information on whereabouts of the plane, and do those small planes have
the black box?
Yeah, the black box. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But look, our condolences with his family and
thoughts and prayers.
Friends. Moving on. I think should we talk about the
FA Cup?
The FA Cup. I think we'll start off with Manchester United.
Yeah, they were the first game. It was on
8 out of 8 for
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Unbelievable. I mean, I think when they won the first 5 games, I thought to myself, they haven't played anybody of any great, standard.
I'm getting signals from our producer saying we've got a phone call. Where's my things? Come on. Where's which buttons do I press? I can't see any phone call monitors. Put the telephone filter up, he says. Which one's that one then? Oh, look, he's telling me all these things. These are the things that I need. Yellow one, line on whole foot. Here we go. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. You're on Salaam Sports. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, it's your favourite. It's your boy, Bidan.
Oh, Bidan! How are you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Bidan, you must be very happy at the moment then.
Yeah, I was very pleased. Obviously, with the result on Friday, it was as I just heard it being said. People were questioning sort of the quality of the teams that we played thus far, and I think Arsenal, off the back of a good result against Chelsea, were deemed to be a decent test of how well we're doing, and we came through it with flying colours, I think. So yeah.
Did you watch the game then, Bidan?
Yeah, I didn't go to it.
No,
I watched it on the television. I thought that United would definitely, the gameplay was to soak up pressure and hit them on the break. I thought Arsenal weren't very effective in possession. They did have a lot of it, and it wasn't. At times it was a bit sort of uncomfortable viewing. But I just thought the way that we broke, especially the first and second goals, were absolutely sort of textbook.
So do you think tactically he changed things? Like you were saying, obviously the teams that we played, Tottenham and Arsenal, the two top teams, obviously, you would say, out of the whole bunch that we've beaten. I say we, obviously, I should be impartial. United have beaten.
Yeah.
Did he change tactically? Because I didn't get to watch the game on Friday. Did he change tactically on Friday what he did against Tottenham? Or
I don't know. Look, I think attacking-wise, it was definitely noticeable that we were soaking up a lot of pressure, which I think is risky with our defence because, we haven't been keeping clean sheets, and again, we didn't keep one on Friday. So defensively, although we've conceded less goals than anybody else since Solskjaer took over, I do think that we have got a rick in us. So it was a bit of a risky strategy. But having said that, they just left themselves open so much at the back, and we were able to transition very quickly. At times, Pogba did dither on the ball a bit too much, and same with Lingard. They just sort of seemed to have too many options, if you get what I mean, and then just ended up losing the ball. But I think that we definitely did change our tactics to soak up pressure and hit on the break using Pogba, Lingard and Lukaku.
So you would say...
Rumour has it that Arsenal manager got things wrong in that game. He didn't make the right decisions. He didn't bring on the right players. I think Pogba should have been man-marked more than what they did. They gave him a free roll.
I think with them, like I watched all of the Arsenal fan TV videos afterwards, and they sort of...
I bet you did.
The consensus from them is that they played Maitland-Niles at right back, who isn't a right back. They didn't really put any overlaps on our full-backs, which the one time they did, they scored. And it all fell apart when Socrates went off for them, or Socrates, whatever his name is, and that's when it all seemed to fall apart. And I would have to say I kind of agree on that one. I think that, look, we were always going to hit them with sucker punches, and we managed to do that 3 times. But
there was criticism as well. We're talking about Arsenal fans and everything about Peter Cech. I mean, was he?
Yeah, I think that definitely. I thought the Lingard goal was. When Lingard passed it in, I thought decent enough finish, but you kind of think the Chelsea.
You'd expect him to save it,
the Chelsea Peter Cech 04-05 would have easily just fell on that ball and gobbled it up. And the Sanchez one, someone criticised him for going to ground. You can't not go to ground because Sanchez is one-on-one, looking to go round you and put it in. And so I don't blame him on that one. But the Martial one.
Do you think Scott Solskjaer is now growing into that role? Because prior to a couple of weeks ago, before they'd played Tottenham, I thought to myself, look, they haven't played anybody really decent, and the performance against Tottenham made me realise, hang on a second, this they are playing some really attractive football. Against Tottenham, okay, Tottenham could have scored a few goals at the end, but the performance was very professional from them.
First half, my view of the Tottenham game was that first half we got it tactically 100% right.
Yeah.
But Pochettino changed it in the second half, and we didn't have an answer to that. And obviously we had the discussion last week. We had to rely on De Gea, which I don't see as a bad thing, but we had to rely on De Gea, and he was the match when he was the difference along with
Do you
Marcus
think that could be a problem then for Solskjaer though? As a manager, not having an answer midway through the game, not having a reply to a change of tactic from the other side. So he might be good preparation, right? This is what we're going to do. we'll play a false number 9. We'll have or against Arsenal, Lukaku on the right.
Yeah,
but if they change something, he wouldn't be able to change it.
Yeah, obviously in-game management is key for any manager, really, and I think that it just seemed to be will just outscore you at the minute. But I don't know. I mean, like, look, against Arsenal, Solskjaer tactically got it bang on, I think. Yeah. And we were able to field Bailly and Lindelof. Those two were immense. I thought those two were absolutely immense. And also Romero, I was a bit hesitant not playing De Gea away to Arsenal. Romero pulled out a really key save at a crucial time. So I think that with regards to Solskjaer, he'll get better. Like you say, he's going to grow into the job. He's got Mickey Phelan, Carrick and Kieran McKenna there to help him out as well.
We've also heard he's got Sir Alex Ferguson in the background as well.
Well, hopefully. I mean, like, if that's the case, I doubt. I wonder how much Fergie will actually sort of inverted commas interfere. If you get what I mean, I think Fergie will be there for advice, for guidance, and maybe things about how to get the dressing room right, how to get people playing again, how to boost people's confidence, who to give a rollicking to, who to give the arm round the shoulder to, all that kind of stuff. But I think that the guys are preparing. I think, and they are sort of, getting a game plan there for every team that they face. But it's like I said, the concern was, like, against Spurs, fitness-wise, we seem to fade. But I think that was down to going to Dubai. You can't help the players having long flights and all. Yeah, go on.
Do you think it's just, like, I've been looking at this situation and I'm thinking it's a little bit ironic. Just a couple of months ago, everybody was looking forward to playing United. Everybody. It didn't. If it was Cardiff, they were looking forward to playing them. Solskjaer's come in. He's changed the attitude of the players. Players, from what I'm feeling, want to play for him. They didn't want to play for Mourinho. And there's Mourinho, as brilliant of a manager he's been in the past. Do you think his tactics are now a little bit outdated in terms of what United want? United that we know of the last 20, 30 years, especially the last 20 years, it's all about attacking football and about performances and about getting, the crowd behind them.
Yeah, so my view of the Mourinho situation was that when he knew that Man United wasn't going to be the open checkbook he thought it would be, he purposely tried to get himself sacked, essentially. And I think that I don't buy, and also a lot of ex-pros said this at the time after Mourinho went, is that players don't down tools. They don't not play for a manager. They don't go out there. Like, I remember Bellamy was very vocal about this. He said, I never, ever, no matter how much I disagreed with the manager, went out there and said, you know what, I'm not going to give my all here. Subconsciously, that could have a effect, and you could just see little drops in performance. But I think that we are definitely tactically different to what we were under Mourinho, in that we attack as a block more. We throw more people forward. Our fullbacks overlap more, whereas they didn't before, and our attackers as a unit aren't stringent in their positions, and that's evidenced no more clearly than Paul Pogba. So I definitely think that Mourinho, there was just, his ego is just so big that once he realised that he wasn't going to get Guardiola style backing. Look, Guardiola wants a new defence. They go out and get him a new defence. Whereas with United, which is run like a business, you have to be like, look. I've recently
seen an interview from Mourinho, where he was moaning of the lack of finances that were given to him and the open checkbook, and he's saying that, look, you had Klopp, who all he needs to do is be happy with the fans, happy with the players, and he's spent 70 odd million on a defender and 70 million on a goalkeeper, and Liverpool are happy with that, or Liverpool fans are happy with that. The board are happy. He's talking about the board being happy with that. But in saying that, I think he's got himself into this position himself. Taking the United job was a great job at the time, and they were looking forward to him actually changing what went on in the last few years, but he didn't do it. And looking at Solskjaer now, Do you think he's gonna, if he gets some top 4, he should be getting that job?
Well, okay. Before you answer that bit, Dan, sorry to interrupt. Just straightforward, 2-3 questions then. Do you think, right, United will get top 4? Yes or no?
I think yes.
Right. Do you think he should be, if he gets top 4, he should be manager for next season and give him the permanent job?
It's like I said last week. I'd like to see the structure of the club sorted out, so that it doesn't even matter who the manager is. But I think that if he gets us top 4, then I don't think that should be a shoo-in for him being manager. No, I mean, but like I said, I would like to see like an interim period where it's like maybe another 12 to 18 months where we sort out director of football, technical director, all that, get that infrastructure in there, and then who knows? But I don't know. I don't think top 4 should get him automatically the job. Champions League, potentially, if he wins that. But
okay, the biggest question now, and which Arif also would love an answer to: do you think Liverpool will win this season? Is it their year?
The title?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they will. I think that City, they've scored 30 goals in the last, I don't know, 3-4 games, have they? So it's just like...
But I didn't expect anything else from you.
No. Look, I don't look. I don't want Liverpool to win it. No. I'll be open about that. But if Liverpool do win it, it'll be an absolute. I'll be the first people to say, "Wow, that is an absolute achievement what you've pulled off there." But
I'll be the
I don't think they will.
I'm not on the show next week if they do win it.
I think the title this year. It is really a 2-horse race. I can't see.
Of course, yeah.
I can't see Chelsea or Tottenham or United are probably gonna get into the top 4, but I can't see anybody getting there. The other ironic thing is a few years ago I think United won the Premiership with 76 points. Liverpool already got 60 this year.
Oh.
They're not going to win it. They're not going to win it with 76 points this year because you've got a great Man City team. You're right. It's all about whether Liverpool can be consistent as Manchester City are going to be.
I mean, for me, the points... I don't know, the points thing for me is analysis is a bit of a red herring because there's a different way of looking at it. So for me, you could say that, United were getting to... There was a time in English football where we were winning with those points totals like 80 points, 75 to 80 and all that. But at the same time, English football was sending someone to the Champions League final every year between 2005 to 2013, I think, or something like that. So it goes to show you that although the league was probably stronger in terms of overall and being the best in the league, but now we've been overtaken by Spain, and it just makes me question, standards, is the standard as high as it used to be? Is it lower? All that kind of stuff. I find it really difficult to compare eras because there's so many different factors.
Where do you think the standards have gone up or not? Simple answer.
No.
Why?
Gone down. Because we're not doing because 5 other than United winning the Europa League, I think in the past 4 seasons, 7 out of the 8 trophies have all been won by Spanish teams. So they've massively. They're the standard, if you get what I mean.
I think there was a stage when United were winning and England were getting English Premier League players were getting to semi-finals. Their teams were getting.
Well, we've got this year. If you look at it, we've got 4 teams in
see where they get to
in the Champions League. Okay, and it depends. It does depend on where they finish. But if you look at Germany, the top German teams is Dortmund and Munich. In Spain, you've got really 3 teams. You've got Madrid, you've got Barcelona, Atletico, who are probably there. In in Italy, you've got Juventus and you've got Napoli. In England, if you look at it, there's a lot of good teams, and I think teams can afford to spend good money. Even Cardiff spent £15 million on a player. There's money coming in. The standard of football is getting better. But if you're looking at the top, if you're looking at the very, very top, and I agree with you there when you say that the last 7 of the 8 trophies have been won by either Spanish or another another European team. I think that top bit, that's the bracket that the clubs are trying to break into now. It's not. It is. I mean, to be in the top 4, that's where you want to be, because that's where it's going to get you the money and the Champions League, and it's going to get you a little bit more fame than other clubs, but it's actually trying to get into the top one and trying to get into the finals and try to win the finals. That's what makes great teams, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Bidan, thank you very much for your call. If anything, you've been very consistent, unlike your friend Image, who just decided not to turn up. So if you can speak to him, have a word with him. And ask him how the game went on Friday with the game he played with the Vets. I'm sure
will do.
Response. Thank you very much, and I hopefully hear from you next week.
Very good talking to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Really nice to hear from Bidan.
Yes.
It's,
Always with sensible comments.
I think he makes some really, really good points. I like it because I think even though he's a Manchester United fan, he's sort of neutral. He's a neutral compared to yourself. I think you lose your head a little bit. He's made some really good points. I think I agree with him when he says that Liverpool, if they win it, it's going to be an unbelievable. It's going to be probably better than the last 20 years of United dominating.
No,
I think it is.
No. I want to say hi to Zaid, who's watching, Shazad's watching, Mohammed Jamil's watching. Please provide your comments. I believe Mohammed Jamil's a Liverpool supporter. I always see his FB status. I was putting some sort of Liverpool badge on there or something.
Jamil is a top lad. Zaid is a top lad. Shaz, I'm not too sure about. Yeah.
And a big shout out to my aunt who's watching from Pakistan as well. Hey.
Okay.
Right. So continue with the FA Cup.
I think
big shockers. There was 2 shockers. That's what I just want to mention because it's the Millwall Everton and the Wimbledon West Ham. Both Premiership teams going out. Millwall was controversial with a handball in the second. But do you think the Everton manager has a point? As what's it called?
VAR.
VAR.
Yeah.
Should be used consistently throughout the whole games.
100%. I totally agree.
If tournament.
I think if you're going to use it, you can't trial it or you can't use it in a handful of games. You've got to use it in every single. It's got to be this. Even playing field for everybody. Then, you can't just decide to have it in a few games, and that was a little bit shocking. The decision. It was a handball.
It was a bit of a scramble though, so I can see how they didn't get spotted. Because they didn't see it until it was on the big screen.
But you had the ref who was very close. How he missed it, I don't know. They're gonna be miffed. These are the decisions that actually cost teams.
And should it be shown on the big screen afterwards? Because that caused a bit of a ruckus.
No, I don't think you should. I think those
because he was pointing out to the fourth official, the Everton's manager, look at the screen, and I could see that Millwall's manager was shouting out, "Take it off the screen!" He was shouting out to his IT people, whoever it is, saying, "Don't put it on the screen."
I think Millwall are a good side. They beat Everton, which I'm okay with that.
And Wimbledon 4-2 against West Ham.
Wimbledon. If you're looking about the old Wimbledon, this is the same Wimbledon team that beat Liverpool all those years
in the final, wasn't it?
Yeah. When I think Sanchez, is it Sanchez who scored for him or
John Fashanu,
and you had Vinnie Jones playing. But it is shocking. West Ham shouldn't be beaten by Wimbledon, should they really?
No, but this is the beauty about the FA Cup. There's always been some sort of shockers.
I think you've got Wolves against Shrewsbury. You didn't mention that. I think
that was 2-2, wasn't it? Yeah, last minute equaliser.
94th minute equaliser.
Otherwise, that could have been another shock, wasn't it? Was it Wolves who knocked out Liverpool? Or was it Watford?
No, it was Wolves who knocked Liverpool out in the last. Yeah. I think we should finish the show talking about the Vets football.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Okay. What would you like to talk about, Sadat?
So there was a great game on Friday evening. As I was speaking to Bidan, I didn't get to watch the Man United game because I sacrificed watching that to play for the Vets, FC Peterborough Vets, who are playing Langtoff.
You've always been a little bit of an enigma in the team, haven't you? Managers have never really been happy with you.
They're not being related to me, the managers. So they're more being your relations or your best buddies. That'll be managers.
I've got everybody knows everybody in Peterborough. Look, whether it's Image running a team, you know who Image is, and Shaz running a team or Ash running a team. Look, you've always had a
more hip says here we go.
You've always had a tough time when it comes to managers, yeah.
Well, no. Listen, first manager we had, let's give him a shout out as well. What was his name? Ali. Yeah. I didn't know him.
Yeah.
Until obviously I didn't. To be honest, I didn't know. I knew you obviously and the Image and a couple of others, but mainly I didn't know because there was this connection with AK11.
You've got this thing against AK
that I never played. No, it's a tremendous team in its time. Jokes aside, I'm sure. but I wasn't part of that. But on Friday, oh my God, we ran out of town. Friday, superb performance by myself, I think, and got my goal as a striker when I took your position.
Oh, really?
And you missed several chances. And so I think, if we were talking about a Premiership game, any other game, the manager cannot now not select me in the starting 11.
Listen, the manager would decide who he will bring in.
Of course, the manager decides.
I'm going to be honest with you. That was a fantastic performance. I mean, the performance by yourself, some of the trickery, even the opposition was shocked. They wanted to know who this Oman was. We were told this Oman's. We told him he was a lot younger than some of our other players, but Fabinelli was a name. Is it Fabrizio Ravanelli
and Zinedine Zidane with the Poulet turn.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, inshallah, not next week. In 2 weeks' time, we'll see you. We've got a game. That's time up. Inshallah, see you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.